Everything we know about everything, or at least we think we know about it, is story. It's provided by story. When I was speaking to you guys the first time, telling the story of the baseball game with Kirk Gibson hitting a home run, there's a huge difference between what something is and what it means. What it is a man who's paid a lot of money to hit a ball with a stick, hit a ball with a stick. That's what it is. What it means is a different thing entirely and subject to interpretation. And the difference between those two things is the great battleground. We'll be back to that in a minute. Story passes down through the generations and it helps define who we are. About 6 or 8 months ago in March was the 1-year commemoration of the great 9.0 earthquake off the coast of Japan and the subsequent tsunami that came ashore and killed so many people. So last March, in preparation for that anniversary, a researcher from the Rensselaer organization went over there to do a follow-up to see what the place was like a year later. Right off the coast is a small island, and on that island is an ancient fishing village called Murahama, and it was completely devastated. There were not 2 bricks standing on top of each other, but almost no one was killed. And the researcher went and said, why? They said, well, we all know the story. So when the earthquake happened, we knew that there was going to be an earthquake. Well, we knew there was going to be a tsunami from 1,000 years ago. So we didn't go to close hill, we went to far hill, because high ground, and we lived there. Almost always lived there. Well, this coincided with some information that he had learned from his Japanese counterpart, who's a geologist, who had done some research and found that there's geological evidence of a great tsunami. Turns out to be the Jinjin-Jisen earthquake of 869. 600 years before Columbus. And what had happened was, for 1,142 years, they told the story. Because in the Jinjin-Jisen earthquake, what had happened was that the people feared there would be a tsunami. So they went to the closest small hill. And they got up on the hill, and they knew that the tsunami was going to come in from the ocean, which it did. But what they were unaware of is the tsunami also came up the inlet and came across the rice paddies and met at the hill, and it killed almost the entire village. The survivors dug out, they rebuilt, they built a memorial, and for 1,142 years, they told the story. Father to daughter, mother to son, grandparents to grandkids, they passed the story down for 50 generations. Well, the village was failed by science because the first casualty of that earthquake was the tower that had the tsunami warning system on it. Science could not help. But the story did. They knew, don't go to the closest hill, go to the higher ground. And so almost the entire village went to the higher ground, and they watched the tsunami roll in off the ocean, and they watched it come up the inlet and across the rice paddies, and it killed 1 person. Well, I'm a sort of contrary fellow. I can't help but wonder who was the 1 person. And I figure it might be somebody who's in one of 3 categories. Okay? One category might be slow, like, I'm so slow, I can't make it to the big hill, I'll go to this one. Maybe that kind of slow. Or maybe it's the kind of slow like, and they went to the wrong hill. Or might be the kind of person that said, I'm right and everybody else is wrong. For 50 generations, they told the story. They sent a warning down through time